What in the world, boy? It's your boy Big Low Country. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach. I love to sit around and talk about sports. You yourself could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you are here with us. We definitely and greatly appreciate it. First of all, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world boy in the comments. Also, make sure, make sure make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. We definitely get together. We have a good time on here whenever we do get a chance to get together. Y'all know how we do it. First of all, I got to show love to everybody that's out here showing love to me. Let's see. We got Big John Higgins in the house. What's going on, Big John? He says, "Hey, my big bro, what's happening with your Big Low? 1/3 of the podcast quartet." Oh, shouts out to Big John. He ain't got his fractions right, but he's in the right spot. Much love to you, Big John. Also, he says on that question about the pass rush, time will tell on that if we could be worried about it or not. Look, I completely understand that, Bo. I completely understand that. We got choir member Patterson in the house tonight. Much love to him. You know, what's that? A 3-year-old joke now? Coach Roney calls him Codorell. So shouts out to choir member Patterson in the house tonight. Much love. Arthur Smith is in the house tonight. What's going on in here? Trying to get some intel. Much love to Arthur Smith in here, trying to sneak in there on us. We actually gonna have some special guests in here tonight. A little bit later on. We're gonna have a first. No, it's gonna be a first. It's a special occasion. In the words of some of y'all favorite rapper Drake, it's a celebration. Clap, clap, bravo. Construction Patterson, choir member Patterson's brother. He's also in here. We got Ed Mitchell. What in the world, Bo? Justin Swisher. What in the world, Bo? Grandizer. What's going on, man? He said, look at that beard. What is this? Uh, hey, man. We just trying something a little bit different here. Shouts out to shouts out to the beard. You already know. Uh, yes, sir. Big Low is live. You already know it, man. You already know it. Y'all know I've been tied up, but we here, back and better than ever. Shouts out to my homeboy Big Game James. What in the world? What in the world, Bo? Good to see you tonight, my family. Also, James. Shouts out to your son. I'm seeing him going to these different camps out here. Looking like he's making some rumblings out here, Bo. Shouts out to shouts out to Big Game James' son. Big Game James, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Shouts out to my brother, man. 1/4 of the NFC South roundtable. We're gonna be answering a few questions tonight. A few things that we're gonna be talking about. Where's the pass rush coming from? We're gonna be talking about some things that we have to look forward to. Um, the big surprises. Who should we be looking forward to as far as taking the next step? Who is it? One of those cases where who's going to be letting us down? In the words of the great Billy Currington, which I know a lot of y'all young Thundercats, might not know, but he sung this beautiful country song. You should make sure that you look it up after the show tonight. But the chorus goes, "If I fall, can you let me down easy?" Oh, y'all know nothing about that thing, boy. If I leave my heart with you tonight, can you promise me that you're gonna treat it right? Question is, who's gonna be letting us down easy, or will it be easy? And I mean, just the overall expectations. We're getting ready for training camp. It's going to be one of those cases where we're not going to have a chance to see it. We're not going to be able to sit on the hill. We're going to have a couple of days that we could go down to it, but other than that, we just going to have to go off of hearsay, Bo. In the meantime, we're going to have to go off of hearsay. Shouts out to everybody else that's joined us. Young Men of Faith Jamal, YMOF Jamal. Jay says, bro, you funny. Hey man, I appreciate it, man. Miss Bleak and Stitch, Miss Joy's in here giving us the intel on the Young Thug case daily on Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it. But you already know what time it is, man. You already know what time it is. We got Miss Carrie, baby. Miss Carrie's in the house tonight, says Falcons fam. Hit that like button to show love. Definitely make sure that y'all hit that like button. Um, my homeboy Terror Artist 404. I'm sure he's gonna be working hard whenever it comes time for NCAA football 2025 coming out. in 1 day in a month? Well, 28 days for me because I got the EA Sports joint because I'm getting on that NCAA football. Y'all make sure that y'all check them out. But the question is, should we be worried about the Atlanta Falcons pass rush for the 2025 season? We passed on, some people may say, some of these guys may be elite pass rushers and Latu, and the Dallas Turners and the Jared Verses of the world. And we got Mr. Durek. But it's one of those cases where, the question is, should we be worried after losing Calais Campbell? Perfect. Should we be worried after losing Calais Campbell and losing Bud Dupree, who gave us 15 sacks of our 40 sacks? But if you could, make sure that you put in the chat, if you think we should be worried, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's a situation where we shouldn't even be worried about it, put a 2 in the chat. And per coaching staff rules, per coaching staff mandate, of course we put our heads together. Now, tonight we have a special occasion because I got some backup. I look to my left and I see my homie Jack. And then also I got some more backup. I look down, I see my boy T Will down here. Oh, but we ain't done.
Wow.
We ain't done. Then I look and I got Gary on here too. What's the world, bro?
One time for the fan is here. What's going on, y'all?
Hey, what's going on? What's up, Big Low?
Hey, man, we trying to make it, bro. We taking it slow like a caddy in the grubber hole. You already know that.
I hear that. Hey,
You
man.
right.
Hey, Big Low.
Yes, sir.
Man, one of my favorite things is when I hear you say, "What's that?" That's a super chat. Like I can't wait to hear that.
That's a Superman chat.
That tonight, man. It's a treat.
You might hear a couple of those tonight. I'm going to cut up in a couple of minutes.
Oh, man, you already know it. And Miss Carrie, baby. What's going
on?
What's
up, Carrie?
Hey, Big Low. How you doing?
We doing good. I seen you in the chat. You say you know about that Billy Curtis. You know about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh yeah, Billy Curtis. That's my boy. Yeah, that's my boy.
You put me on game because that's my first time hearing it. So
that's your first. Yeah.
I was in here vibing. I was like, okay, well, this is nice.
Yeah. You need to look that one up now.
I didn't know Big Low could sing like that, man.
He's a part of Southern Silk. Is it Southern Silk that won the Grammy recently?
Yeah. We best R&B performance. Best R&B album of the decade.
You want to shout out the other members of your group too as well? I mean, while you got the opportunity, or you want to just not?
I mean, per contract negotiations, I actually can't really.
Oh shit!
It's a touchy thing. So I mean, shouts out to the other guys. I mean, because it's getting to the point where it's starting to be Big Low and Southern Silk.
Oh gosh! So hey, Big Low. The only thing that's missing from that is, hey, my album's coming out next Tuesday. It's Flash. It's Lonely at the Top. We'll see you in stores. That's a 5 Heartbeats reference.
There you go. You know it.
I'm just trying to get a couple minutes in the studio too as well. I mean, I got a couple bars here I can drop. On not a R&B record, but if you had like a trap beat, what I'm saying, I wouldn't mind. A couple bars on there.
Hey, look, I can spit. I can spit to him too. I told him, don't get the food. I was Drake before Drake. I tell people this all the time. I was Drake before Drake.
Gosh,
this guy. Okay,
but the question is, y'all. What you say, Carrie?
I said you're a country singer and a rapper and an R&B star.
That's it. We do it all, and contemporary dancing.
Hey,
wow!
Dance. Okay. Yeah,
contemporary dancing. That's new. That's good.
Okay. But the question is, y'all, is it one of those cases? Should we be worried about the pass rush for the 2024 season?
Well, I heard you mention those names, but you forgot to mention Arnold Ebiketie.
Well, see, I mentioned the names of the guys who left.
Yeah. But we got Arnold Ebiketie, man.
Oh, my bad. I mean to disrespect the doctor. I mean, disrespect Dr.
That's
Pass
the
Rush.
doctor of the pass rush right there, man.
AK-47.
You know, but
Man.
Arnold WKD, I mean, Caden Ellis, I mean, some of the names that Falcon fans do know here. You really got to rely on coaching this year because we saw last year what Ryan Nielsen was able to do with this team and this defense. But you still have some weapons on defense that I think other teams need to be worried about. And you look at the draft and the offseason, I mean, we did, boost up that defensive line a little bit more. So I think teams are a little bit worried about some of that muscle that we have on the line with Grady and David. And then, of course, beside them with the rookies too as well. I mean, a lot of Falcon fans keep mentioning the rookies because they're going to play a big part on this defense. But it is sad to see Calais go. It is sad to see Bud Dupree go. On especially with 1 year deals. I was hoping that Calais was going to retire, but then to see him go to the Miami is like, what? Like the Dolphins? But it is what it is at this point. But with Caden Ellis, Lorenzo Carter, D'Angelo Malone, Arnold Ebiketie, and there's a couple more guys that can chalk it up, man. We just got to get to that quarterback. And you saw what the Rams did with some of their plays that they had around Aaron Donald. And we got some monsters in the middle. Not in Aaron Donald, but we got Grady Jarrett, David Amiata, Taquan Graham, Zach Harrison. We got a lot of muscle up front. So I'm not really too worried about this defensive front. I think we're going to be pretty sound this year. But T-Will, Carey, please let us know.
What T-Will? But before you let us know, if you could you take a look behind us and let us know if there's a lot of people at Target in Midtown? Because I know
I'll do that for you. I'll do that.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, all the trees that you got back there, I figured
You know what? I think you're good. I think you're good if you want to go to Target. I think you're good. Now, Walmart, you might be in trouble, but Target, I think you're all right.
He's in the comm center. He's in the comm center.
Hey, look, all is well. Forecast is good for tonight. All is well, man.
And forecast is good for tonight.
Hey, no planes colliding. We got everything. So all
this is tough.
That's good.
No, I think it was Samuel Jackson that once said, AK-47, when you absolutely have to kill every MFer in the room, except no substitutes. I'm kidding. No, in all seriousness, I think we'll be fine. I think the fact that we have a very, very good interior defensive line should allow the outside to get more pressure and more rush because a lot of their blockers will be blocking the inside. Mm-hmm. So also, with Raheem's scheme, it's sorely on the defensive line. So if you're looking at cornerback, as long as you got one good one, which is AJ, the second one will probably be off ball. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll scheme our blitzes. Raheem is not necessarily a blitz every down guy, but I think we will scheme like Jack alluded to. I think our scheme will be okay. Could we use more? Sure. Absolutely. I don't know that it rises to the level of concern. It is in the back of my mind. I'm not going to lie, but I think we're going to be okay. Carey, what say you?
I mean, we're positive over here, so I'm going to feed off of what you guys said. No, in all seriousness, I completely understand the concern of a lot of Falcons fans because our joint top sack leaders both left, okay? 6.5 sacks each. You're losing, 13 sacks from last season? So that is a concern, obviously, but I also, on the same note, I also feel real positive and about the fact that Grady's coming back and we're going to have him in the interior. We're going to have David Onyemata with him. I was really looking forward to that last season, and we didn't get that, because much of the season because of the injury from Grady. So I think we'll be okay. We got some really good veterans there in the interior, but also we have these 3 new rookies on the D-line as well. So I think we're going to be okay. As much as a lot of people probably don't want to hear it, it's probably going to be like sacks by committee, like the usual thing. But I think we'll be all right, just like Terry said. So,
in country, I'm new to the Saints fans in the channel here, so I'm looking at the chat and the comments. Like a lot of these people are not on one time for the fans channel. I'm looking around. There's a lot of people here talking Falcons football, but I saw a Saints symbol on the bottom of the screen. What's going on down there in the chat now? What's happening, Falcon fans?
Let's see.
So Did it hurt your eyes?
I see.
It hurt my eyes. I had to look away for a second.
So I see Trey Joseph. He put what in the rise up, Big Low. He just spelled it wrong. And then I know Elite Goods is in here. He apparently he put that because they didn't have the Falcons, symbol, on the keyboard. So I don't know. I don't think they're Saints fans. I think they're Falcons fans. They're just closeted. So it's like they just got to get that hate out of their heart. Go to the
apparently
doctor.
those emojis are also on the ban list in 2025 coming up. So be prepared for those emojis to be banned real soon. Yeah,
man.
I ain't want to break the news to him just yet, but
man,
the trumpet symbol too, any jazz type of symbol, all that shit.
Man, well, it's like at the end of the day, they just need to go to the doctor. First, schedule the appointment. Go to the doctor, get diagnosed. Listen to what the doctor say and make sure that they follow all the instructions. Go get the medicine. If the medicine don't work, then they need to schedule the surgery. Don't eat nothing the night before and get that hate out of their heart. That's all they need to do. That's all they need to do.
Country been preaching that for a while. Get that hate out your heart, Bo.
Oh wow.
Get that hate out your heart. Wow. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Country, this is great that we talked Falcons football last night with the Falcon fans, and then me and Terry had to cut out early because House of the Dragon came up, right?
Yes.
And we ain't gonna miss no opening intro to House of the Dragon. I'm tell you that right now.
You can't miss those.
Can't miss those, Bo. Can't miss those.
Can't miss.
But it's in the contract.
What happened, Terry?
It's in the contract.
It is in the contract.
That's right.
But now we're back talking Falcons football, man. This is great because we always love to talk Falcons football with everybody. We have our Sunday, Wednesdays, and Friday shows, but these pop-up shows are pretty cool. Might start doing a little bit, a couple more pop-up shows every now and then. If I can find the right time. Terry, I even talked to you the other day about doing like a 1 a.m., 2 a.m. podcast because we have a lot of West Coast fans on our channel too as well.
Man.
So
I'm always watching air traffic control in the back. So it's fine, man. Whatever time you want to do it, we got you. No problem. We got you.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. What's good, Country?
Well, so I asked everybody in the chat. I don't know if anybody didn't hear me. I said if you feel like we have cause to be concerned about the pass rush, put a 1 in the chat. Mm-hmm. If you feel like we're good, put a 2 in the chat. Because this is one time for the fan pop up, but it's also a coaches meeting. And with the coaches meeting, I don't know if any of y'all ever had a chance to sit down in one like a coaches meeting. Mm-hmm. Normally for high school football, it's on Sundays. We go to the Mexican restaurant, we get about five things of cheese dip. And, we sit around, we tell a bunch of lies about the stuff that we did in the past. I ain't gonna lie to you tonight, Kerry. I ain't gonna lie to you to make it sound
like an interesting coaches meeting.
But the coaches meeting be lit. But basically, we all come together.
You got some tequilas involved too as well.
Are you guys drinking margaritas or tequilas? That's what I'm curious.
Once this podcast is done, I'm finna get lit, bro. I had a long day today. I'm finna get
man.
I go home. I was just watching this game too as well. But yeah, so with the coaches meeting now, because everybody in the chat is dropping their. I see Blink put 1.5. What's the 1.5 about?
I want to shout out to Joy because that's literally what I was thinking. If you're going to ask me, I was going to put, I have a little, there's always a concern, but there's always room for improvement. But also I feel good. I'm positive over here. So I'm in the middle, 1.5. So I'm with Joy.
Big shout out to Joy, man. That's Joy always gets that's Joy from Twitter, who we always see on the Halo board, right? From the Falcon games.
Yeah, she
big shout out to Joy. So it was good to see the diehard Atlanta Falcon fans here in the chat.
You already know it, man. You already know it. Definitely. She also shouted Carrie out in the comments. So shouts out to Joy. She didn't care about the rest of us. She just cared about Carrie. Shouts out to Joy, man.
You might be still mad about our mock draft we did that night too, as well, man.
But I mean,
she was going off in the chat.
It came to fruition, it happened, But Dirty Fanatics United says
Chase
says
what up, Chase?
Of our rookies can jive and step up. The rest is history. Now, I'm glad that you bring that up, Chase, and shouts out to Chase. Y'all make sure that y'all follow.
Shouts out to Philip, Chase, Cody,
definitely,
Dirty Fanatics United,
whole squad.
Big shout out to Bodie too as well.
Shouts out to Bodie, man. Bodie, man. And Bodie, please, my gutters are dirty. I don't want my roof to go bad. Please don't. But bring the ladder this time. Bring the ladder this time, Bodie. Please bring the ladder.
I'm clipping this. Okay, I got it.
But y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Dirty Fanatics United on YouTube. And they make a good point though, because so they got two of the most disruptive pass rushers in college football the last 2 years in a Braylon Trice, and a Dorless. And you got this athletic freak who
Rook.
I think, old Root, you know, I think he ranked top 10 like the last 10, 15 years as far as his RAS score. Now you're putting him beside a Grady Jarrett and beside a David Onyemata. The thing is, and one thing that a lot of people aren't realizing is that he could play defensive tackle, but he can also play defensive end, especially with that explosiveness that he has.
Yeah.
Also, I forget. Wasn't it you that told me that his RAS score is like one of the highest ever that has position against all other defensive tackles in NFL history?
NFL history. Since they've been keeping up with the RAS score.
Come on now.
Yeah. His metrics were all green.
Yeah.
In every category, it was all green. The only thing about him that concerns me is in a 3-4 scheme, if you're gonna put him at nose tackle, to me, he needs to gain about 10 more pounds. I don't know that that's the popular opinion, but if you're gonna put in Rook, you're probably not gonna put him in run situations at nose tackle. Now, you want to put him at D tackle or defensive end, fine, but you typically need some beef. Those are my thoughts. I'm gonna open it up to the panel. Do you guys think Rook needs to gain about 10 pounds or what to play nose tackle? What are your thoughts? Carrie, let's start with you.
Well, I don't know, honestly, his dimensions. Like, do you know his weight and height?
I think he's like 293.
Okay, because initially when you mentioned he could play on the edge, right? You said he could play pass rusher. I was like, wait, what? I feel like he's too big. But
6'4", 293.
I thought he's a big guy. Watching him in interviews, I feel like he's pretty big, but maybe I'm wrong. I didn't know he's kind of undersized.
Yeah. So, and the reason why I said we could put him at defensive end is because, if we're running the 3-4 scheme, the defensive end can line up from anywhere from the 3 technique, which is, on the outside of that guard, all the way to, outside of the tight end. So, he's 297, but to combat what you were saying, Terry, do you know that the nose tackle, the defensive tackle, the starting one for the Rams last year was like 292?
Wasn't he next to Aaron Donald, though?
You go into Aaron Donald at 6'1", 284. And you got Rook at 6'4", 284.
Is Aaron Aaron's not a nose tackle? Is it? Aaron's a defensive tackle.
Aaron's a defensive player.
Yeah, he's a defensive tackle.
He do it all. He's an adjustable wrench.
I mean, I'm hearing if it was a 4-3, I wouldn't. But in a 3-4, in a typical 3-4, you need a big ugly in the middle to take on. But I don't know. Maybe they'll scheme it different, like you say, Country. You can use him. He is versatile. That's one of the things. That's a calling card of his. He's very versatile. So maybe it's just if we're lining up first down and you're running Derrick Henry at us, I think I'd rather have Eddie Goldman or big fella from Georgia or one of our bigger nose tackles in the middle. That's just.
And one thing about, of course, with these players when they get in the game, I mean, audibles and motions and things change all the time. So you might be on the passing down that turns quickly into a run play. That's true. This rookie has to step it up in major ways. I'm looking at Fletcher Cox right now at 6'4", 310. So Rook is really not that far off in size, playing from where he is.
He's 9'4",
289 for where he is, 280. I'm sure he's going to put on like 5 or 6 pounds in camp, plus muscle too as well. The kid is only, 21 years old, 20?
20, something like that.
I mean, this
22.
guy can. I mean,
he'll put on
I think, I know what the coaches, what they're going to do with the training staff too as well. That Raheem brought over from the Rams, the way he's changing up some things at practice. This is pure muscle on that line. I think that's why PFF and a lot of outside journalists looked at the Falcons after the draft and said they really have one of the most improved defensive lines in the league right now. There's a lot of muscle.
Mind you, it's like another thing that we got to consider is that I don't know if y'all remember this, like a couple of years ago, Grady Jarrett was lined up a lot at defensive end.
That too as well in the 4-3.
In the 4-3. We were going to be running multiple fronts.
Still doubled and triple team wherever he went. But now you have situations where teams have to worry about that front where it's like Grady, even David, wherever you're going to put Rook, wherever you're going to put Dorless. There's some people that you can't double Grady no more. Like you have to kind of win the one-on-ones now. And that's the tough part about it, because we're going to be sending some zone blitzes from this new 3-4 where Troy might be coming around that edge. Caden Ellis is going to be a big part of this. Lorenzo Carter. I spoke about it the other night on the podcast. Carter, you have to. This is your year, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
agreed.
We've seen everything that we saw of your whole career with the previous teams, bro. We need to see some explosiveness here with the team.
Yeah.
Like Bud Dupree came over and was like, thanks, Bud. Calais Campbell came over and was like, thanks, Calais. And there's a lot of fans that's like, yo, Zoe. Bro, like, go Dogs. We love that shit. But, like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? We need a little bit more on the field. But then again, Zoe is one of your best pass coverage linebackers you have in that room, too, as well. And he's one of the fastest, too, on that defensive in that linebacker room. So,
I think, and I'm to kind of tie back to what Kuntry was saying, I'm not as worried about Calais and Bud Dupree not being there, because we've done so much with the defensive line. And quite candidly, specifically our interior defensive line, 6 of those guys could probably start other clubs. Could start, 3 coming off the bench could probably start. So you got David, you got Grady, you got Kentavious Street, which did really well last year when he was healthy.
We're also forgetting about James Smith-Williams from the Commanders, who has a high motor playing alongside Allen and Payne in Washington. I mean, he did his job when he was out there in the field. His highlight tape is very impressive, too, as well.
Be honest with you, I'm excited about this defensive line. So I think our pass rush playing off of that will be fine. Also, we probably can rush Caden Ellis this year more because we got Troy Anderson back. So I'm not as worried.
You got 6'4" Rook, 289. You got 6'3" Brandon Dorless, 291. You got 6'3", 245 Berling Trice. Berling Trice is 6'3", 245. Like, if anybody's going to be bulking up in that room, it's going to be Berling Trice. But that kid gets after it, man.
Yeah.
Kuntry, you're really big on these college players, too, as well. And, of course, their scheme and technique and everything. What about Dorless? Like, where do you see him fitting with this team?
I feel like Dorless. I feel like he could work all across the defensive line. To be honest with you, I feel like he can line up everywhere from the 1 technique to the 5. Just great pass rushing moves. Shouts out to my homeboy Dansky on Twitter. Like, he's been pushing Dorless for like the last year and a half.
Yeah, Berto called that like a January mock he did, or kind of just going through the players. So big shout to Berto.
Sure did. He sure did. Nostra Berto. I call Braylon Trice.
Berto Damas.
Berto Damas. Nostra Berto. Bro, again.
Look, you could go either way. Nostra Berto works too. Look, we're thinking the same thing, Big Country. So, hey, all good. Hey, I feel good. I'm thinking like an R&B superstar, Jack. We're good. All good.
And, hey, we ain't doing no R&B on our channel, so just know that it's going to be straight up one time for the fan. But over here on Big Low Kuntry Sports, we love it. We love it over here. Hey, I'm ready for a Superman chat. When the Superman chat comes in, is when he's going to light it up. That's when we really light it up in here.
That shut that down. Like,
we need to have Country come over, and like the next time you hit WoW, just have him sing it.
Sheesh.
Just have him sing it.
Just let me load my channel up and let me be the host real quick so I can hit the WoW and send it back to him. That soundboard is going crazy. Shout out to the soundboard, man. Like, I'm adding some more for Wednesday show too as well. So we got the whistle, we got the WoW. I got the the Let's Get Ready. I used the Let's Get Ready one time. Like, let's get ready. Not to rumble, but like it said let's get ready. Then I started the show. But I've got some more on the soundboard I'm gonna add this week.
Oh, nice.
Hey, man.
It's going down, man. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, man. We got to juice up the podcast a little bit. What's his name? Uncle Steve got the whole song list for everything that he brings up. He has a doggone song. I'm like, I said, what?
Uncle Steve crazy with it, boy.
Uncle Steve, man.
Now, you know what you need to put on your soundboard, Jack?
What you got?
You need to put "It's Going Down" in a major way, Falcons fans. So you don't have to say it. So because you say it so much.
Like, you say it a lot. Falcons fans know me when you walk up to Jack Spade, like, what's going on? Be like, man, it's going down in a major way.
Going down in a major way. Going down in a major way. So you need to put that on the soundboard, man.
You need to put that on a T-shirt.
Hello. Shouts out to chat, man. We got a lot of people. It looks like we have a mixed reaction, guys. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of 1s. I'm seeing a lot of 2s. I'm seeing some 1.5s. People saying that we shouldn't be worried about it. Now the question I have to everyone is, do you feel like we would have more or less sacks than we had last year, or more or less pressures? Basically, do you feel like the defensive line will be better or worse than it was last year with the brilliance of Orion Nilsson and the Calais Campbells and the Bud Duprees of the world?
T. Will, you want to go on that one first, or Carrie, whoever?
Carrie, if you want to go, you can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm gonna be positive and say we're gonna have more pressures, more sacks. But I don't know. It's it's a new scheme, right? And it's also a new defensive coordinator, first time in the pros, so it's all new. But obviously, we're gonna be positive, and I want us to be better than last year. So I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna have to, piggyback off that and say yes too as well. Coaching is gonna play a big part of this. I think a lot of people is looking at the players and they're not too, solid on the rookies because they haven't played a snap yet. They've seen Grady in 9 or 10 years. They've seen David last year get injured, right? So, I mean, also he had one of the highest PFF's rates of pressures too as well before he went down. But the depth has, looked very well this offseason. I think Raheem knows, what some of our flaws and mistakes was last season, coming here and fixing that already with the quarterback situation, adding some wide receivers that we can kind of look at to say that we have a 2, like we have a 3, like we have guys in here in the building that Kirk can get the ball to. So on the offensive side of the ball, kind of mirrors the defense side of the ball too. I think we're going to be straight, right? I think we're going to be good enough to where there's going to be a lot of 3 and outs. You still got Jesse Bates. You still got AJ Terrell, like Nate Landman, what he's done in the past seasons, a couple seasons here with the Falcons, like it's just been impressive. So big shout out to Nate Landman. Caden Ellis too as well. I mean, I think with this 3-4 scheme can open him up to, get into the quarterback a little bit more, like how he was doing in New Orleans. And then Trey Anderson, he's coming back. But I'm going to have to go and say we'll get more. Yeah, we'll get more sacks this season. And it starts week 1 against Russell Wilson too as well, because he likes to hold the ball a lot. Old Russell Wilson might take off. New Russell Wilson, if he can't get that throw off, he's going to hold it. He's going to take the sack. We saw it in Denver. We saw it late years in Seattle too as well. Jalen Hurts can be in that mode. Pat Mahomes is going to be kind of difficult. But after that, I mean, you got Sam Darnold, Bryce Young, right? Baker Mayfield, right? Going to who's the great Aiden O'Connell? It might be for the Raiders. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have some games where your defense should be able to get to the quarterback, right?
Aiden O'Connell, I thought T. Will got that job. But I didn't know Aiden O'Connell was.
Is it Gardner Minshew or I don't even know who?
No, I thought it was T. Will. Like, I thought
T. Will. Shit.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was looking at film at back there. I thought it was like,
oh, that's what. You know what? Let me check. What? I
thought it
was a few blitzes back there.
Yeah. See, I thought that's why I thought you got a new job for the Raiders. I was like, yeah, T. Will.
Let me tell you something. Falcons or die. Okay, Falcons or die. But I'm gonna say the sacks are about equal. I will say our points allowed will probably be down. I will say we will get off the field faster. As far as sacks go, that's probably about equal. I'll say what we get last year, 42. I'll say no less than that. You want to say 43?
I mean, 43 would have sent us to the playoffs, but I don't want to talk about it.
That's true.
Wow, Jay.
Wow. No,
oh God, why did I do that?
Why
did I do that?
I was doing good. I had a good day.
Everybody in the chat, just think about that. 43 would have got us to the playoffs.
Why? But then, if it did, we wouldn't have Raheem and the new regime. So you gotta regime. See what I did there? But you gotta look at what we have, right? You gotta look. We probably wouldn't have.
Do we blow the whistle on that one? Should that be a penalty for calling him regime? Should we blow the whistle on that one? Oh, we're giving out penalties on our channel over there.
Yeah, we do.
That's what we're trying to do to up the channel. We ain't got the songs like Uncle Steve, so we're giving out penalties.
I got a big one the other day.
So Kerry racked up about 30 yards in penalties the other day.
Hey, Kerry.
Well, that was T. Will. That
was not.
Kerry was over like about 60, 70. We backed him up to the goal line. He was half a distance to the goal.
Yeah, I about got ejected. I was working on it.
And then after the game, or after the podcast, we have our meetings to go over the stats.
You pulled out the notepad like the coaches do.
I got a fine. I got a fine.
Kerry, this is where you scored a touchdown on this segment.
I got
You do an interception on this comment.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad.
Man, that's
very bad. But you move past it. So hey.
Well,
Country, what do you think? What do you think about our stats?
I'm going to be the sore thumb in this situation,
Okay.
and I'm going to say that we will get less sacks than we did last year.
I can see that.
I feel like they might turn it on during around the middle of the season, going into the end of the season. But I feel like we'll be right around that 39, 38 mark. I feel like, and before I say this, please get your minds out the gutter. I feel like there's going to be a lot of hot balls. I feel like we're going to come close to getting hot balls.
Blow the whistle, man. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
Unnecessary use of innuendo.
What? 10-yard penalty.
Unnecessary use of innuendo and suggestion on
unnecessary aggressive use of
innuendo.
That's what we call it.
Really say together.
That's what we call it on defense.
Didn't say no Diddy. Didn't say no Diddy. 10 yards on Country.
Pause. 15 yards on Country.
Half a distance to the goal.
5-yard line.
I gotta get you a Big Penix Energy shirt for that big
carry. Blow the whistle. 10-yard penalty
on carry.
You're gonna have to wear it
on carry.
Suggestive language.
10-yard penalty on carry. Half a distance to the goal. Keep taking down.
But seriously, I feel like there's going to be times we're going to get close to getting sacks.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like a lot of passes for us. I feel like we'll have more interceptions.
Yes, that's my next question to you.
Agreed.
Yeah, I feel like we'll have more interceptions, but I feel like we'll have less sacks. Look, as a defensive line coach, like sometimes I get more excited about an almost sack. Like I get excited about a hurry,
right?
Even more than a sack, because I know that they're going to be putting the ball in a precarious situation,
right?
If you're playing, Kevin O'Connell, if T. Will
from Home Alone.
Yeah. If you're playing Kevin O'Connell, if T. Will turns the job down. So I mean, it's one of those situations where I really feel like we'll have an opportunity. So for everyone who's been complaining about the AJ Terrell's not getting as many interceptions, with the scheme that we're running, that cover 3 shell, you're disguising man, or you're going to drop back and cover 3. I feel like it's going to be one of those cases where we'll have more, because I mean, I don't know how many interceptions did we have last year. It was
That's good. I know Jesse had a bunch of them. What did Jesse have? 5 or 6?
I was going to say Jesse had 6. But...
He had 6. Yeah. And, I mean, so if you take Jesse's out, how many do we have?
2.
It says 17 last year.
We had 17 interceptions.
Yeah.
I did not think it was that much.
I ain't talking about the ones that Desmond Ritter threw. I'm talking about the interceptions.
Oh wow!
Okay. Review the penalty. We're gonna take the penalty away. We just reviewed the penalty. We're gonna take the penalty away. You know that new rule in the NFL. You can go back and challenge that now. Right?
Hey man, we gotta review that hit Country just laid on Ritter, man. We gotta review that hit. We gotta review that. Was he defenseless?
Hold on now.
Was Ritter defenseless when Country laid that hit on him?
Hold on, this is bad now. Wait, no, we had 8.
I was going to say, come on now, Jack. I know we had those 17. Exactly.
Well, when he said that, I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure Jesse had around 6, and he was
we had 8
interception leader. So I'm like,
no, we had 8. No, he was right. He was right. I actually accidentally clicked Desmond Ritter's 2023 season review.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So it was a clean hit, is what you're saying.
It was a clean hit.
I just had to say it.
It was a clean hit. Okay. All right. We'll pick up the flag.
Look, I'm a diehard Falcon fan. I'm a season ticket holder. I'm a PSL holder. You guys know what I do for the fans too as well on the road with the Rise Up Tour fan club. I love this team every single moment of it, even the wins and the losses, traveling to games, home games, away games. But we crack a little joke every now and then. There's no disrespect to. He did, Desmond did put a lot on the line for us last season, but we crack a joke every now and then.
You got to. You can still be supportive of the team and crack a few jokes. Like that's, I mean, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. But
basically, the fact of the matter is that if you take Jesse Bates' 6 interceptions out of the equation, y'all understand that we had 2 times as many interceptions as the solar eclipse this past year.
Shit.
Y'all realize that, right?
Stop.
I'm just saying. We had
Now
2
that
times.
was unnecessary roughness. That was unnecessary
This
roughness.
is
Look,
a pop-up
I
podcast.
didn't get 2
penalty.
interceptions. I didn't get 2 interceptions. That was the Falcons. That's what I said.
Pelicans Nola in the chat. Raheem, not the dream. Bird feathers everywhere. Man, I had to get to New Orleans, man. I'm about to flip the table right now. I'm just thinking about it, man. I can't wait to get down. Now just play. I'll just play.
Dang.
But no, Raheem the dream, man. This coach, the coaching staff, like I think this is the turnaround. I think a lot of fans know this is the turnaround. Right? Pelicans Nola, you can be in this chat saying whatever you want, but you're not putting Derek Carr up against Kirk Cousins any nan day. And you're not putting Rattler or what's his name? Spencer, whatever his name. I don't know. You're not putting up against Kirk Cousins, man. Come on, man. We got the 2 best quarterbacks right now, man. In the NFC South, man. Come on.
Man,
Come on, Nolan. Now.
I don't know if y'all seen, but I seen on Instagram, people are whispering that Spencer Rattler's going to get some time this year.
I have a friend of mine that wants Spencer Rattler to start a Saints fan. He's all out on Derek Carr. He's done. He'd rather see Rattler start. And that lets you guys know how we felt when we had Ritter here, right? That late round draft pick who's not really the flashy guy, but he might, light you guys up in OTAs and camp in the offseason. But we'll see when he gets out there and plays.
Exactly.
But you don't want Grady. Week 4, week 5, coming off that, 3-game sack. Going at Spencer. You don't want that. Not that early in his career.
All right,
it's gonna be ugly.
So speaking of greatness and speaking of something getting ugly, I gotta bring somebody special on because this is the same way that it gets ugly whenever we have our sing-offs. Shouts out to Uncle Steve in the chat. What's going on with you, Uncle Steve? You doing good tonight?
Uncle Steve, what's going
Good
on?
world,
I ain't got my soundboard ready. Here he comes.
Oh, here he comes.
Lord. Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve, what's up?
I want you to take Tony Wright's comment out real quick, if you don't mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. My
I
bad.
appreciate it.
Okay,
Because you see what the title is of your thing. How dare you come on the air? How dare you come on the air and attempt to act like your voice is anything close to mine?
Oh, wow.
I am hurt. I am extremely hurt. However, to the other established and fine guests, to include the folks from One Time for the Fan, good to see all of you tonight. Carrie, I spoke to you a little earlier in the chat on the minutia. How are y'all doing?
Doing well, Uncle Steve. Good to see you, man. Can't wait to hear you get into the soundboard.
How are you, big?
I'll tell you what. This is better than primetime TV, man. I'm excited.
Hey, I got to give it to Uncle Steve, man. This is probably another podcast. What is it, like the 10th or 15th podcast we've done together? Like on a panel, but we've never had Steve on our podcast yet. We've always just jumped in on a panel and talked Falcons with him. But it's always great to talk Falcons with you, Steve. What's up, man?
It is, man. I appreciate that, man. And it's more of my procrastination about getting together with you. I apologize for that, but I know we're going to make it work sooner.
And we met up in London, man. We talked Falcons in London, so that was kind of like a on-site podcast.
It's been a little challenging week this week. Had the moms in the hospital, kind of dealing with some things, so I've been kind of off and on. So this weekend was the first time I had a chance to kind of break away. But she's been watching. She watches all of y'all for real, man. She watches all of y'all. So this is good therapy for her as well. So appreciate y'all.
Nice.
Well, let her know that she's definitely in our prayers. And
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Country, I do want to apologize if any of the One Time for the Fan guests and supporters are in the chat going at Saints fans. They've never seen Saints fans in the chat before, so they're kind of like, who are these guys? Let's make this one fun. Carlo like Ain't getting this work too. Carlo ready to go. He got the cigar lit. He's ready to go.
Man, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love that rivalry. You gotta love that rivalry,
Yeah.
man. So, Uncle Steve, you just come on. I wanted to ask you: do you feel like we have reason to be worried about the defensive line this year, or the pass rush as a whole this year?
As I stated in what I was talking about in the minutia, we've been worried about this defensive line since John Abraham left the team in 2012, and somehow I think what my hope is that they can kind of get something together and have some semblance of a pass rush. Let's be honest with each other. I hear a lot of people being upset. Calais is gone. Bud is gone. Who actually thought Calais or Bud was going to give us 6.5 last year?
Mm-hmm.
Tell the truth. Tell the
I
truth.
did.
No.
I was hoping on that Steeler year from Bud. Like, man, if we can get this one season out of Bud, that'd be great. You know, even looking at Calais' old record is like, or his stats was like, man, if we can get this season when he was with the Jags, that'd be great. But yeah, it was tough to call it at first. But then at the end of the season, it was like, damn, both of them gone. So yeah.
So if we can kind of just, kind of muster up, 4 to 5 sacks from 5 or 6 different folks. I mean, let's not act like we didn't get 40 plus sacks last year. We got it from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm a little optimistic, especially when you have some new folks coming in. Almost the same way that you saw. Man, I forgot his name that quick. Nielsen come in and all of a sudden take basically the same folks and a couple of what was supposed to be over the hill veterans and turned us into a pretty decent defensive team. I mean, sans the last 2 games of the season, I remind everyone we were averaging giving up less than 20 points a game before those last 2 games. So I still have faith in Jimmy Lake and what he's going to bring. Maybe a new attitude, a new energy, or something like that. That's what I'm looking forward to. So
as long as you don't grab the players and push them around, that's all. That's why.
That was college, right?
Yeah, that was college days.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to get away with that as much in the pros.
But on that next man up level, who is the next Calais? Like, who is the next Bud Dupree? I mean, you have to see.
I think Harrison.
You got to see D'Angelo. You got to see Harrison. Somebody has to be the guy.
Harrison is going to be that guy. And if you really look, his playing time started, and matter of fact, it began with the game I went up to New York, and he actually showed up quite good in that particular game in the rain and the elements. And I think he's somebody that if they take him off a leash and let him do what he needs to do, I think you're going to see some big things out of Harrison. I still think everybody forgot Ebiketie made strides last year. I know a lot of people are down on him, but it's not like he didn't show up last year. A lot of times he was overrunning the quarterback, which you got to learn. Got to tell them speed rush does no good unless you're hitting the target. So
I gotta hit the angles in the short life. In the short life, you gotta hit the ankles. You gotta hit the ankles.
I apologize to the chant for that off-key Drake wannabe.
I gotta hit the ankles.
Steve's probably writing this down like after this podcast. We got to talk about those notes.
Oakland. Time for the wiser. Bring him here, baby.
Oh gosh! But I think what's also cool about this Falcons team is, not only the Jesse Bates and AJ Terrell, Grady Jarrett, and David, and so on, but of like you mentioned, Zach Harrison and what he did towards the end of the season, right? Clark Phillips, right? DeMarco Helms, right? Nate Landman, right? There's some guys that you can rely on this team outside of the stars. AJ, Jesse Bates, like Clark Phillips has to make a name for himself this year if he's going to be that CB2. Right. And D. Alford, I mean, I've been Team Glow ever since he joined this team, right? Ever since he even had a chance to fight for this team a couple years ago. And now Team Glow might be going into the big payday, right? If they want to keep him around for a couple years. But outside of your big stars, I mean, we talked about Eddie Goldman Right. It's what June 17th. He's still in the building.
I was gonna say, has anyone checked? Is he still there?
He's still. Terry, can you turn around? Can you check the security cameras at Flowery
Let me
Branch?
check. I'll be right back. Hold on one second.
Do you see the Jeep
Guys,
outside?
Can you see him? Are you checking camera 3? Check.
He's on camera 3. Eddie's still there.
Yeah. He's there.
If you get 2019 Eddie, if you get the Eddie Goldman that a lot of these coaches and players know that when he was first drafted, what he did in the NFL, you're going to have people saying that Falcons team is something to watch for.
2019.
Right? I mean, 2019 Eddie, that's tough to call, right? Like you got to get like a fourth. 2019 Eddie.
Who the president? Who the president?
Well, 2019. Like before.
I believe that was.
Do we know anything about COVID?
President in 2019.
Do we know anything about COVID in 2019?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeez. Oh, this is. I'm sorry. This is BC. This is before COVID.
Was TikTok around in 2019? Did I know any of y'all in 2019?
I don't know. Well, you didn't know me.
That was a long time ago, Bo.
Yeah.
It sucks that you have to rely on just Eddie Goldman from that year. It's kind of like Kevin King. If you get that 2020, player, like that's been some years off. What was the guy that we just signed the other day? You said he took some time off too as well.
Oh gosh,
was it Harrison?
He was a cornerback.
Harrison Hands.
Yeah, that's it. Let's go with that.
Kevin King.
King was the guy, the cornerback.
Kevin King backpedaled through the Red Sea.
Wow. Hey guys, I'm hearing that Eddie Goldman is eating some Popeyes right now.
He's at the facility.
Hey,
right
he's
now
at the facility
with the biscuits. Biscuits. Did he get red beans and rice? He did. Yeah, red beans. Okay. All right.
I hope he did.
As long as he's still in Atlanta.
I hope he didn't get red beans.
I was getting ready to say, I hope he did not get the red beans.
I hope he did not get the red beans.
When I go to Popeyes, I do not get the red beans.
As you go get the real thing.
Sheesh.
In New Orleans, you bet not eat red beans and rice from Popeyes. But I digress because I'm starting to stand on the soapbox because I'm not even going to go there. Y'all know how I am about food, especially chicken with my demographic. Anyway, moving forward.
How you do that shit like a real TV host?
Anyway, moving forward.
Get ready to look at the next camera. And today's news on the west side of Atlanta.
Can we go to Dave for weather? Dave.
Yeah. Channel 2 is on the scene. We guarantee we'll get right to you. And don't forget about your.
Wow.
Well, so before we move on, let me ask you this: do you feel like we'll get more or less sacks this year than we did last year? Because I know you said that there's no need to be worried, but do you feel like we'll get more sacks? Do you feel like we will improve?
No, I think we're going to go down. I mean, anytime you're going into a whole new coaching staff, this is not just Jimmy. Like, it was different from Nielsen. At least you had some a little cohesion because most of the players here knew each other last year. But I think you have to give time for those guys to get to know each other. I don't see us probably. Maybe we can get 35. Maybe we can get in that area or something. But as long as, listen, this defense just needs to hold up enough for us to score the 24 to 28 points that I think we're going to do on offense.
Lock the lead in, and
that's all I need. That's all I need the defense to do. I don't need them to be spectacular. I kept hearing top 10 defense. I don't need a top 10 defense. I just need a defense enough to hold the other team to right around 24 points. I'm good because I do have faith that this offense is going to give us a lot more than what we've gotten in the last 2 seasons.
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned that because I have this theory about the relationship between the offense and the defense.
Okay,
and y'all follow me and let me know if I'm wrong on this. I believe
you're wrong. Oh, my bad. I was a little early. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I was a little early.
Thank you, T. Will. Thank you.
You got medication for that, Uncle Steve. You don't have to suffer anymore.
Thank you, T. Will. I appreciate that. I'm glad I don't have to say this. I'm glad I have to say urgent care. You go to urgent care. Anyway. I believe that defenses look at offense just like money. Follow me on this. with money, the more money you have, well, I'm not going to say the more money you have, the more money people tend to have, the more reckless they tend to get. If you're a budgeter and then you get a lump sum of $500, that it's gone. It's gone because you say, oh, I'll give up a little here, I give up a little there. They say, you look in there and it's $2.35. The same price as Uncle Steve's singing lessons.
Oh,
And then,
man. I wasn't ready for that.
and then, you look at offense relationship with a defense. If a defense knows that their offense isn't going to score like our offense wasn't scoring last year, they're going to play a little bit harder. Opposed to look at 2016, it's like there were times like we gave up a few touchdowns. We had a bend but don't break defense, right? And I feel like it's a correlation there. So I feel like our defense is going to be a little bit more bendy if the offense is a little bit more explosive and productive. I mean, y'all let me know if if y'all agree or disagree with that.
Well, I mean, I can definitely agree with that. I mean, I'm also going off of what Steve said too, as well, where he mentioned you don't have to have the top 10 defense. You don't have to have 42 plus sacks. I mean, I'm cool with it going over. If you go under it and you can still get the teams off the field, if you can still hold teams to less than 20 points, if you can still get that dub, if you finish the season with 33 sacks and you have a 13 win season, I'm all fine with that. But some Falcon fans might look at it and say, oh my gosh, the defense is probably, they're not gelling well. The chemistry is not there. They don't have 42 sacks. We miss Ryan Nielsen. But, the bigger picture is winning those games, right? And you might even finish a couple games where you don't get no sacks. But if you can get the win, I'm all for it, right? So, I mean, that's my take on it. T-Will?
Love you, Big Country. Gotta slightly disagree with you just a little bit.
I'll take it.
Our 2016 defense had nowhere near the talent that we have on the defensive line and at cornerback and at safety, just in general. So what I will say is probably maybe first 4 or 5, maybe even 6 games, we may give up more points. But once the season progresses, by the end of the season, I say we'll be at least a top 12 defense. I do agree we could not get as many sacks because that comes down to continuity, and we just haven't worked well. But I think here's the thing I like about our defense. I love our front 7. I'll take our front 7 up against anybody. I love our safety, Jesse. I love AJ. And Raheem's defense is you don't need a dominant number 2 because he's typically going to play off ball. So I think we're going to be okay, right? And I think we will probably give up maybe 20 points. I think this team's going to win 12 games, and it's not even going to be close. But I could be wrong, but that's how I feel about it.
Here's something interesting. I mean, if you're looking at 2016, the points allowed per game, we were 27th in the NFL.
Yep.
Right? If you go to the passing yards allowed per game, we were 28th in the NFL.
Yep.
We were 18th overall on team defense. We were rushing yards allowed per game. We were 17th in the NFL. So some of these stat charts where, I mean, we're at the back of the pack here. Third down defense, we were 26th in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But this team found a way to get those wins. Sacks, we were 11th in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to get a top 10 defense to actually make it to the Super Bowl for this team. I mean, you just have to, like Steve said, you have to get those games where the offense they're gonna get you up by more than 10 points, more than a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
You got to control the lead, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes it don't take sacks to get that. Pass deflections, interceptions, tip balls. You got to make sure you can get the defense off the field, right? Not that going down to the end of the game where it's, everybody's sitting over there with the blood pressure medicine and they're, oh my God, Falcons, you just blew this 10-point lead. We need to stop all that. We got to control the lead, win the game.
I'm going to say this and just understand the context. I know what I'm saying. I'm going to say it and I'm probably going to get hit in the face. I think.
Don't do it, Kerry.
Looking at this team, I think this team collectively is better than the 2016 team. Collectively. Now, that doesn't mean we'll get to the Super Bowl because the best team doesn't always win. But you know what? Look at PFF. Look at the stats for the 26 total team, offense and defense. Look at the expected stats for this team. It's a better team. It's a much better defense. Remember 2016, Dan Quinn had to take over the defensive calls, I think, 8th or 9th game. And then because our defense was that putrid, right? Our offense was the best, one of the best ever, right? This is a better team. I don't know if it'll be better results. Just my thoughts. Guys, I'm going to shut up.
That quarterback wide receiver.
No, because I actually want you to keep talking because I really need to hear this theory about this team being better on paper than the 2016 team. Because I'm having a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
And as you were saying that, I'm doing the, obviously the comparisons. And I just don't see it. And I don't know whether you drink after 10:45 or not. So I just want to make sure that I'm not sticking to happy hour for Terry or not. But I just wanted to hear the comparisons that you're making.
Everybody in the chat, if you feel like this team is better than the 2016 team, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like it's not, put a 4 in the chat.
I know it. And I'm probably going to get a lot of 4s. I'm okay with that. But honestly, again, we can agree.
Not about what you think, Terry. Tell me why are you saying that? Not we heard that's your thought. Tell me
how many points did the 2016 team score per game? Was it 30?
A historic amount. It was the 8th. It was the 8th highest paid
ever. I know. It was like 31, 32 points a game, right?
Right.
All right. I'm going to say our offense is going to score 28. Not 24. We're going to average 28 points a game. Our defense was far worse last year. Far worse. Not bad. We didn't have any depth. We didn't have any depth on the defensive line. We didn't have any depth anywhere.
Last year?
Yes.
2023?
Yes, we did not have depth. Once Grady and David went out, that was it. You can draw a direct correlation to when we went down. Those last 2 games, David Onyemata was hurt. That's when we gave up the 50 burger and the other one. So this year we have depth on our defensive line. We have depth. This year we got Troy Anderson back. We've got our linebackers between Troy, Nate Landman, and who's the other one, Jack? Jesus, I can't think. Caden Ellis.
Caden Ellis.
Yeah.
CJ.
Great linebackers. We've added to our defensive line, right? My thing is, I'm assuming we're scoring 28. I'm going to say we're going to score 28. We're going to give up 19 to 20, and the 2016 Falcons could not do that. Ultimately, that's what came and got us as the Super Bowl, is Tom Brady figured out, you know what, this defense sucks.
Okay. So then my question is it overall the team, or it's just the defense is better? Sounds like
it's overall the team, because our defense in 2016 was so bad.
Was it bad, don't you?
Yes, it was.
I mean, we had the sack leader.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, your offense in 2016 was ranked number 5 in NFL history.
Yep.
Yeah. For me, MVP Matt Ryan and Julio Mother Beepin' Jones. And Drake London, which no, I don't know, not trying to be negative about those two, but Drake hasn't had a good,
he hasn't had a Julio year yet.
Show himself. I believe he can be that kind of guy. Like, he can be a great, wide receiver 1, but he hasn't had the opportunity to really show that quite yet as much as we would like. He's definitely not a Julio Jones yet. And in my opinion, Kirk Cousins is not MVP Matt Ryan. I mean, I hope he is.
And I think, and I kind of agree with Kerry here. I also, on 2016, I have to see this team play to go ahead and, make that, comparison, because I haven't seen this team play. I will say that if you get Kirk Cousins, that we know of Kirk Cousins, I mean, he could have that Matt Ryan year. But then, like Kerry said about Drake London, like, we knew where Julio was even going into that 2016 year. Julio was Julio, right? He was that guy.
Who else did the Falcons have, though, right? So if we go pound for pound, you had Julio, you had
Freeman, Coleman,
you had Taylor Gabriel.
So I tell you what, like, let's do it by position. So all right, so Matt, Kurt,
right?
Somebody said go bar for bar, Terry. I love it.
He said go bar for bar.
He did. I love it. advantage Matt, but still Kirk is averaging 4,500. But advantage Matt, we'll give you that.
Advantage.
We'll
Okay.
play what, Julio
All
and
right.
Drake.
All right. So, well, I tell you what. Let's start in the backfield. Let's go running backs.
Mm-hmm.
So Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman, and then you got Bijan and Tyler. Man, that's a silence.
I mean, you only got 2 years of both of them, and I already knew what.
Right.
It's hard to say this because I've seen Freeman and Coleman play for such a long time.
Yeah,
I was
about to say that's going to be a hard one because I don't think anyone thought that those two would produce like they did in 16 based off 15. I think Freeman looked like he was more ready to do that, but I can't say. Yeah,
but then he missed that block. But then again, he missed that block.
He did, and then after 2016, it was downhill for Freeman.
So because he missed that block, I'm gonna go ahead and go Bijan and Tyler Andrew.
Hello.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Because he missed the block. If he missed the block, then we don't have a different conversation.
There you go.
So receiving core, so receivers and tight ends. So you have Julio, Taylor Gabriel, Muhammad.
You don't even need to really keep going on the receivers.
I'm sorry, Julio alone is just
Julio.
Yeah,
alone.
exactly, Carrie. Exactly.
I mean,
Julio makes up for all five
Julio
receivers.
makes up for Drake and Kyle, so that that's
all
right. Like one
he's
versus
one
three.
Receiver. He's
It's
one.
big knee,
I mean, he's good, but he's not.
Now it's the trio too as well.
You're
like
not going to say
three.
Hoop is better than Kyle Pitts. I'm sorry, we're not going to do that.
Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper. Okay, go off Austin Hooper's rookie season versus Kyle Pitts.
You said what?
Austin Hooper in 2016 versus Kyle Pitts now.
Hooper in his best day was not better than Kyle Pitts.
Let's look at Austin Hooper's stats.
So,
that's a toss.
No.
I mean, Hooper and Kyle Shanahan's system was a problem.
Did Hooper have 1,000 yards his first? Because Kyle, when he had a real quarterback. So no, Hooper.
The most he ever had was 787.
Thank you. That's advantage Kyle.
Should we go advantage Kyle on this one?
So running backs, 2024, tight ends, 2024. Now you want to compare offensive line?
Now you go offensive line. Now you have the best guard in football, but back then you had Alex Mack.
You got Alex Mack and Jake, right?
Ooh.
And then you got the disadvantage. You might have me on offense because you got.
Yeah, I mean that offensive line was serious.
You got McCrary and he's not really a good pass blocker.
They were punishers.
Now, if you substitute Storm Nixon,
yeah, Chris. I mean, you had Chris Chester, and then you had Schweitzer.
Wes Schweitzer.
But here's the thing, right? So who got hurt in the Super Bowl? Alex Mack and Schrager, right?
He got hurt before the Super Bowl.
Huh?
He got hurt before the Super Bowl.
No, but he went out. He went out second half because he played the first half. They shot him up. He played the first half. He went out, and Schrager went out in the second half, and then we couldn't run the ball. So it's not as far away as you would think. If you want, see, here's the thing: if you take out McCrary, is that his name, and you put in Storm Nixon, for me, that's a wash. That's equivalent. That's a wash. That is a wash.
Receiver room, Justin Hardy.
We got the best guard right now. The Falcons have the best guard in the league. You have Bergeron, who's really good, and you still got Jake. So that offensive line, it's not as far as you think, right? That's a wash to me. So running backs,
I would call that a tie.
That's what I'm saying.
I would call the offensive line a tie because that offensive line, like they played together the whole season until the Super Bowl.
Yep.
All right. So defensive line, compare both of them.
It ain't even close. It's not even close.
Rashid Hageman, Malachi Goodman, Tyson Jackson, Adrian Claiborne, Brooks Reed, Babineau, Derek Shelby, Courtney Upshaw, Dwight Freeney, and Grady.
It's not even
Joe
close.
Valeno too.
It's not even close.
What about you said Courtney Upshaw, right?
Yeah, Courtney Upshaw.
Okay. How many sacks did they have that year?
The team, Falcons team. Let's see here.
It didn't help them much because they were 27th against the pass. So,
but weren't they like 8th in sacks though?
I mean, man, we gave up more real estate in the air than shoot. I'm just saying. That defense isn't. That defensive line is not even close to what we have now. It's not even close. It's night and day. But I like what's going on in the brains of everybody because you see
34 sacks. 34 sacks.
Okay, so yeah, I get. So I mean, what you think, Kerry? What you think?
No, you can go ahead.
I thought. Go ahead, Kerry.
No, I mean, overall, I don't think this team is better than 2016. Unless we go to the Super Bowl and we win, then I'm going to be wrong, and I'm going to be on this podcast being wrong, and I'm happy about being wrong, and I can admit when I'm wrong. But and that's what I hope. I hope to be wrong, but I would say the defense is definitely better, and I completely agree. The D-line, the depth of our D-line is great. Like, I wish our O-line had the same depth we do with the D-line. So I'm with you, Terry, on that. Defense, I would say, is better, but offense, no. Offense wins. So
I think the offense was just. I mean, that was just a otherworldly offense.
It was.
Yeah. I feel like it just kind of blows everything out of the water. I mean, it's like because you mentioned we say that the offensive line is a tie, but I mean just the skill positions that offense had and the way Matt Ryan was running that offense with Kyle Shanahan, man, it was like it's kind of like what Atlanta Falcons fan did. He said the energy and the chemistry on that 2016 team, man, it's what catapulted them.
What we're saying is we need the 2016 offense or the 2024 defense and whatever special teams you want.
I can get behind that. Yeah, I can get behind that. I can get behind that. Yeah.
But I don't know if I can say that there was so much. I can't say that this 2024 team is better. I can't say that.
Overall?
I can't say that.
I guess what I'm saying is if you look at the comparables, if you look at the measurables, this team is not that far off. Because make no mistake about it, we might not have Julio, but the sum of the parts, the collective is a machine. We have everything you need. We got size, we got speed, we got ability, we got guys that can get down the field, attract attention. We got guys that can run over the middle. We got guys that can run the ball. We have everything. Our only question on offense is whether or not McGarry can hold up against blitzes. And even in that, you can chip, you can put a tight end over there. There are things you can do to work around. I think this offense is going to be very good. Will they score the 8th most points ever? No, but they don't have to. So, just my thoughts.
Enter Charlie Warner.
The blocking tight end, yeah.
I think this is the most quiet I've ever seen Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve
you know what it is. You know what it is, and I want to preface this by saying I love the passion of our fans to the point where a lot of times we do go into that slight bit of Never Land and hoping that our team will do better than they really are set up on paper. And I mean this in an honest way. So that's why I can appreciate Terry's summary of how this team is going to be better than the 2024 team. Again, man. I strenuously disagree. I do not think that's the case, but I'm hopeful because you know what? In 2015, when they were 8-8, and when Cam Newton was coming off a Super Bowl, and everybody was still high on Drew Brees, we breezed past them, no pun intended, and went to the Super Bowl. Yep. So as long as he can keep that intoxication, that optimism, I feel like we will be able to, go with that notion that Terry's right, and maybe we will push forward and be better than that 2016.
I love it, Uncle Steve.
But look, the thing is that so far this year it's happened. Someone has said something very outlandish, and everybody else on the panel said there's no way that this would happen whenever we took Michael Penix. Terry, I hope you're right.
I do too, man.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
I do
Like
So
Terry,
too,
no,
that's
you
what I'm
don't
wrong.
understand. If you're right, I don't know what I do. Like,
Probably celebrate.
of
Do
course.
you remember last year, Lo, when we sat up here on this panel, and I think it was you, myself, Smitty, and Alberto, and I told y'all last year when they named our former quarterback from 2023, I said I hope and pray at the end of the season that I was wrong about our quarterback situation. I told everybody who wanted to listen that I hope we were wrong, and I wasn't saying it to be a downer because obviously I want our team to win.
Right.
So in this particular case, this is another case that I hope you got me on this one, Terry. I hope you're telling.
Hey,
I just gotta wait and see, you know, at the end of the year and see how this team plays. And I'm looking at the 2016 season right now, and they had over 10 or 12 games scoring over the 30 points offensively. These guys were going off. Like, Smitty's in here. I'm over here. I'm pulling up on the other page. I'm hearing y'all talking about Smitty. I'm like, wait, Smitty, where's Smitty come from?
I spoke him into existence. You notice I said his name, and then all of a sudden he wants to get a microphone glowing brighter than mine. That's what he comes in here and does. I mean,
comparing to the
now that we have the group in here, what song are we going to choose? Who's hitting the first note? Because now the whole group is in here.
I know what the song is. Smitty know what it is too.
I know that.
I know what it is. Yeah.
Yellow ball Smitty. Yellow ball Smitty.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yellow ball Smitty.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So I don't know if y'all know this story. So Smitty, he was on the show one day. I was just listening, you know, while I was at the driving range. And like Smitty, he was talking, he was like, yeah, you know, like Alberto, you know, he said something about, you know, him being fair skinned. And like Smitty was like, yeah, man, you know, us yellow bone guys, like we gotta stick together. I was like, wait a minute, who yellow bone?
I remember that show. I remember that.
I actually used to be vampire pale white.
So no.
Yeah.
Man. So ever since then, I've been called the Yellow Bone Smitty. Shouts out to Yellow Bone Smitty. Smitty, I don't know if you've been hearing this argument that we've been having. T. Will, he just freaked our minds.
Oh, what he done did now?
No, I said Smitty came in. He just jumped in on us, came in the show because he heard us talk about comparing the 2016 Falcons to the 2024 Falcons. He had to come in here and say, "Wait, what?" Hold on.
Send the link. Send the link ASAP.
Right? Smitty, let me give you the context. What I said that looking at this team collectively as a whole, this team is better. Doesn't mean that they will get to the Super Bowl, because understand, to get to the Super Bowl, you got to be a little lucky. Things got to fall right for you. But looking at this team, right, in my humble opinion, this team is better. And here's why. Number one, humble opinion, we're going to score 28 points a game. The thing about that 2016 Falcons defense is they were awful. We got there in spite of them, not because of them. Okay.
They were also young.
Yes. Our defense, this team's defense, is resoundingly better. Now, that 2016 Falcons team scored about 30, 31 points a game. I can see us averaging 28. So from that perspective, if we're averaging 28 and we're giving up 18, that is better. I do not think if you put this 2024 defense in a Super Bowl and they're up 28-3, that they're going to lose. That's just my opinion. And I'm not taking shots. I'm not. I've been a Falcon fan for 45 years. Okay. I'm family. But the bottom line is, if you look at the collective, meaning offense, defense, special team, this is a better team. Doesn't mean we'll get the same result. Injuries happen, right? Injuries happen. You might get a bad draw first round, whatever. You got to understand, everything lined up for us in 2016. We got 2 home games because I think the number 1 seed lost. We played Green Bay at home, so everything lined up for us.
So
better team.
so wait a minute before you go, Smitty. Carrie, can you do me a favor? Could you put up 2 hands for me? You put up two. Could you put up 2 hands for me, Carrie? All right, you can probably count on your fingers. Matter of fact, just put up 1 hand. Just put 1 hand up, Carrie. You probably count on that 1 hand how many points we averaged last year. So
Oh man.
on offense. So I can see us making a big step offensively.
Right.
But Mark said that, Smitty, he said that your face is telling the story.
Nah. Actually, I'm a little bit under the weather, man. But I had to jump on with
sorry to
y'all.
hear that, man.
I had to jump on with y'all right quick, man, because y'all gonna laugh, but I actually agree with Terry. And
Yes!
I said it before.
There we go.
I said it before myself.
I
said if you look at the makeup, of this team compared to the 2016 team,
Smitty got 10K.
We have 2 running backs that are actually better than Coleman and Freeman.
Yes.
You only had Julio at wide receiver on that team, and you got Drake London, Kyle Pitts. You got 2 speedsters. The offensive line to me is better on this team.
What in the world?
And it's actually the same build on defense where you have a lot of young guys on this team. And remember, Grady was in his 2nd year, and he got 3 sacks in the game.
Smitty
so if this team,
Smitty delirious. Smitty the guy singing with delirious, boy.
Hey, Smitty got 10K. I'm rolling with Smitty.
Hey, now. Hey.
Let me get about 70. Let me buy 70 of them subscribers, bit dog. About 70 of them.
Hey.
We almost had a thou wow. We almost had a thou.
Wait,
they on the same page. Terry got some Ciroc, and Smitty over there with some NyQuil.
Hey,
So both of them.
Hey, Smith, let me see your cash out. Let me see. When you just popped up out of nowhere. You know see your cash out.
Hey, Smitty, go ahead and agree with me, man.
Looking green now. He started telling the truth. He changed colors.
They getting the best of it. Hey, come on here, Smitty.
It's green now. That means I came up with a good idea.
I'm telling y'all, man. Hey, Terry, Carey, we got to step it up at one time for the fan because I'm trying to get like them.
But I actually said this already. I actually said it already. So Terry just really confirmed it because I've been saying it for 2-3 weeks.
Thank you. Great minds think alike.
Fans, hit that share, and subscribe button for everybody.
But the thing about it is, I tell people all the time, Uncle Steve and Terry, they've been fans just longer than me, and they done seen the ups and the downs. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you see similarities, it's just uncanny and it's crazy because one thing that's the common denominator of the whole thing is Raheem Morris was on that team as well.
Yep.
And one thing too, Falcon fans, you can hear the people agree or disagree on, whatever the take is. But at the end of the day, I think we all want the Falcons to win. Everybody here in this podcast does. Yep. Right. 17, so even if, like Carrie said, even if she is wrong, she wants to, she wants the Falcons to show her that she's wrong. Right. She's fine with it. She's comfortable with it. Right. There are some people that kind of look at it like, what's up, Carrie?
No, I said, please let me be wrong. I'd love to.
Yeah, there's some people that look at it like, oh my God, because they're wrong, how people are gonna look at their opinion or whatever.
And the key to the whole thing, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I said this before, those last 5 games could be the catapult into being something special. Because the only team that I think is going to be the hiccups, and I hate to say it, is the Las Vegas Raiders, because they always find a way to knock off teams going into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's going through their history. And that Minnesota game could be the one that put Kirk Cousins up here as far as the MVP race, as far as confidence. Because if he beats Minnesota, he's going to say, oh, I broke that spell. They hit that stride, win 4 out of the last 5 going into the playoff picture. I think they go on the streak ahead. I know they probably going to win the NFC South, so they're going to have a home game. And we know the playoffs is all about matchups. The only team that would scare me in the playoffs is San Francisco. Not Dallas, not Philadelphia, not Green Bay.
I agree with that.
But San Francisco is the only team.
And the comments that Kirk Cousins mentioned back at the Masters when he was speaking with CBS, he wants his team to be as good as the 49ers. Don't think about the first round, the second round. Be as good as that team that keeps making it back to the conference championship, that keeps making it back to the Super Bowl, right? If he can get their team mentally prepared. Don't forget, at that point, when he's talking at the Masters, they didn't even throw a football on the field yet. He's just looking at tape and talking to coaches. So even back then, a month and a half ago, he still has that mental that Kirk Cousins is trying to tell his team, look, guys, we can be as good as the 49ers. Trust me, we can do this. So I see where Terry's coming from, where, he's breaking down the players and how, Matt Ryan versus Kirk Cousins, Julio Jones versus this. And I know, Terry, hey, man, I want to see the team play first before I make that,
and weapon for weapon.
Yeah.
Weapon for weapon. The Falcon can hang with any team in the NFC or the NFL, to be honest. Yeah. But like I said, those first 2-3 games, Chiefs and Eagles, they're going to tell us where we at early on in the season.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I'm all for that. The truth will set you free, Terry. Don't worry.
Well, I tell you one thing. I bet Terry bank account hurting, boy.
Exactly.
How much he had to pay you, Smitty?
I heard
your phone going off. You heard it too, Kerry?
Yes.
I was like, I heard. Like,
they were off the blank calling me, telling me everything gonna be all right.
You want to go check that parlay?
Oh, okay. I hear you. Because I mean, then you got a whole bunch of other people coming on here. You got Wallace saying, if you're going off what's on paper, it ain't right. Hey, who else you calling, Terry?
Hey,
you done got Mark involved in it. Like, what?
Hey, Smitty. Hey, checks in the mail, buddy. Checks in the mail. All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
It just went off.
Big up, me.
Who signed the check, Terry?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Terry first started, I was sitting there like, back it up, Terry. Back it up.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Put it in reverse.
Yeah. I think I hit the reverse horn on the brakes truck pulling up in the front.
Got another GM on the camera.
Wow.
Then we got Pelicans. No, he said Kirk Cousins is not winning. No, Kirk Cousins
coming from
winning.
a Saints fan, I would expect that.
Kirk Cousins it's the Atlanta Falcons that's winning it. It's not Kirk Cousins. Whenever they put the banner up in the practice facility, it's not going to say Kirk Cousins, winner of the 2024 NFC South. It's going to say the Atlanta Falcons. Dominate.
I'm going to tell them Saints fans.
So he can get that hate out of his heart. When do we schedule that?
Jeez, not the hate out your heart, Bo.
We can get that hate out of his heart. When do we schedule it? Hey, no. When are you available? Next Tuesday?
Pelicans needs to find out why the price of the crab cakes went up and the seasoning on the crawfish etouffee is not the same anymore down there in New Orleans. That's what he needs to be worried about. We're down there every year, man. I know the taste. I'm down there every year.
Low don't cook them all. That's old catfish country. He don't cook all the seafood.
I ain't gonna lie though, you go to New Orleans, man, get some good food though.
Yeah.
Good old food.
No doubt.
See, you missed this minute because I kind of got on soapbox because I was talking about Popeyes, red beans and rice, and somebody said that.
Oh, I eat it all the time.
No, Smitty, don't do that.
My God.
All right. When I go to Papa Do's, Papa Do's.
Oh, okay, Papa Do's. Okay,
Papa Do's.
Okay, right. Yeah, Papa Do's. Yeah, not Popeyes. You don't want food at Popeyes.
Hey man, I don't eat
that too. I just love it. Yeah, I just love red beans and rice.
There you go.
T. Will, so you about to strike out. See, because where's the penalty flag at? Like,
but I'm sorry.
What we getting the penalty for? What's the penalty for?
Y'all still young. That's all it is. Y'all still young.
Man, all I'm saying is that red beans and rice at Popeye. After you had the real thing, Popeye's red beans and rice, it ain't the same.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but I still eat it.
It's like eating a Lunchables pizza.
What?
It's like eating a Lunchables pizza.
A Lunchables pizza.
Yeah. You buy it like this ain't no pizza. The sauce all cold, cheese ain't melted. Like this ain't no pizza.
That's what it's down the sec.
That's
like
what it's
like what's that pizza they got at the grocery store? The one that's like $2. Like what's it called? Tortitos or tortadas or something?
Tostinos. Yeah. Tostinos. Man, shoot, I was raised off good things, boy. I
remember
what? Whatever I got to the point financially.
It was $1.25.
Man,
back in
they're probably $3 each now.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That and an MD 2020 back in the day.
Oh, I don't have that too.
I remember Uncle Steve, he going back like, I remember. Don't take me back there. I remember that.
Hey, Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, you remember Cisco?
Oh, brother.
Yeah, he's one of the best R&B singers
Thunderbird.
ever, right?
Please don't get low started on that.
Put the unsweet Kool-Aid.
Don't get low started on that.
Make it kill the taste. A little bit of Al Boone's Farm. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah, man.
Dangerous.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that about 10 minutes ago, Big Low had a little flex. So he's talking about I was watching Smitty while I was on links. I was trying to say, I was like, dang, so you out there on the golf course watching us? What's up with that, man?
I was just at driving range. I wasn't playing. I was just at
I remember he tuned in to it. Yeah, he was in the chat.
Yeah, I was listening.
You gotta watch out for him. He got a little game on the golf course too as well. Don't let the singing and all the other stuff. Country got there and he'll go birdie for birdie out there on that golf course.
Man, somebody told me you're a lot like Rory. You choke at the end.
Oh wow!
Not USA Open, Roy.
Wow!
How they told me?
Remember how we talked about we need 2019, Eddie? We need 2021 Country.
Back. Is that unnecessary roughness? Is that a whistle? Is that a
whistle? No, they got away on that one. They got away on that one.
Not because I choke in the beginning and the end. I was
that might be a whistle.
Wow. Or at least a pause. Okay.
Yeah, you know
that's what I heard. I didn't say he did. That's what I heard.
One time for the fan. Big Low Country Sports. Smitty's Sports Machine. Uncle Steve's Lounge in here talking Falcons football. Kerry one time for the fan. T-Will one time for the fan. One thing, Country, I want to mention. Did you see PFF put out a report of the pretty much the 2024 like all offensive team, like the all NFL offensive team?
I did see that. Yes, sir.
So pretty much if you was putting your best players on the offense, you have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. You have Christian McCaffrey at running back. Justin Jefferson at wide receiver, George Kittle at tight end, offensive tackle Trent Williams at from the 49ers.
I agree.
Center Creed Humphrey out there too as well from the Kansas City Chiefs. But you have a Chiefs player, you have a 49er player, you have a 49er player, another 49er player, a Chiefs player, a Vikings player, which is Justin Jefferson. But there goes Chris Lindstrom, the best guard in the NFL. So they have Chris Lindstrom at on the all offensive team. Country, if you was creating a Madden team and you had that team, you'd win every game, wouldn't you? Pat Mahomes at quarterback, Christian McCaffrey at running back, Justin Jefferson at wide receiver, George Kittle at tight end, Trent Williams at tackle, Creed Humphrey from the Chiefs at center, and then Chris Lindstrom at guard. Country, that's like all 99 on the Madden team.
It's hard to lose with that, Mo. It's hard to lose with that. That's a really good team.
To come full circle, can I mention that only one Falcon made that team, and how many Falcons will make that team in 2016?
Sheesh, you would have had Matt and Julio on there.
Oh,
yeah,
Matt, Kerry.
You would have had Matt.
You had to do that, Kerry.
No.
Wow. That might be a Wilson right there.
She going tank.
It's greater than the whole.
Wow.
Some of its parts.
Wow.
Some of its parts is greater than the
that
whole.
was cold.
That's the joy of one time.
I thought we had moved past all that, Kerry.
Everybody is in this together. Everybody is in this together.
I'm glad I have on a bulletproof vest with that shot she just took.
Wow.
I got to watch Kerry. She be taking them slip shots like Mike Tyson biting somebody's ear off.
Boy. Hey, Kerry, I'm glad you didn't use armor-piercing rounds.
Sheesh. Kerry's been playing that Call of Duty again. There you go.
To come full circle.
Here,
y'all.
I like the way she set it up too, right?
Kerry went Kendrick Lamar on us right there. Don't forget, Kerry's a big Kendrick Lamar fan too as well. So while Drake was sleeping, wait, there's another diss record? Where the hell that come from? Wake up, Drake! Wake up! There's another diss record. Kerry out here cutting up.
No.
Wow.
He was my guy, okay? And Smitty's Mr. 10K also my guy. I don't mean it as any disrespect, but my mind automatically went there. We're just talking about it, and I just feel like I can't disrespect the 2016 offense. It was levels above 2024 offense. That's my opinion. So
that's because we ain't seen it yet. That's only because we ain't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's all potential. It has the potential to be it, but it's not there yet.
I will say you have the players on the team to reach that potential though. Like if you would have told me that last year's team would have been there, I'd have been like, that's a little bit different. I believe in Kirk Cousins, right? I do believe that if he does show up to be the Kirk Cousins we've seen in the past, healthy, 100%, you're talking about 4,500, maybe even 5,000 yard passer.
Right.
You're talking about over 30 touchdowns, right? You're talking
you
about.
Look at last season. Oh yeah,
he was on track to do to set 9,000 yards, right? And for me, I'm really upset because you guys are talking about the Falcons players and this offense and this team and Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix, but nobody mentioned Jack Spade at quarterback. I throw this
80 on the run,
80 on the run pass, right?
Run.
You guys should see it. You guys should see it.
If I say Jack Spade at quarterback, then who's gonna be your backup, Big Low?
Right now, we're running 3 quarterbacks at the camp right now, so I haven't seen Big Low. Matter of fact, Big Low, I forgot to tell you, did they call you the other day and tell you to bring your playbook? Because I didn't see you at OTAs the other day.
See, I play for the Atlanta Falcons, not the Wallace Park Falcons.
Oh wow! Wow!
There's a difference,
Wow!
I was out there warming up, and I was like, "What? Where the hell 103 at? I don't see him out here today."
Wow.
Like I said, my Falcons colors are black and red. Yours are like dark blue and like kind of a future-ish.
Wow.
Hey.
Pink,
a big shout out to the fans that don't have to worry about sitting behind us at camp with the umbrellas too as well. I think people are kind of upset. Like, who are these bougie brothers right here with the umbrellas, man? Just take the sun like everybody else. Y'all over there fanning yourselves and sweating. Nah, man. I'm under this umbrella. Country had his umbrella. Mario had his umbrella.
Look,
you ain't
man,
get hot out there in Flowery Branch like that, man.
We were letting the kids get in front of us.
That's the one part when you got to step aside and get the autographs and the kids run up. You're like, where the hell's my stuff? And the kid done threw it back like 4 rows. Like, bruh, man, if he was 10 years older, it's like, come on, man.
Hey,
it's
Big
all over your stuff, man.
Big Low, take a look at what Atlanta Falcons Fandemic said. Can you bring that up
if
on the
Mooney or
chat?
Moore pans out to what we expect, Kirk Cousins throws for 60.
I'm just, wait, what did Kerry say?
That's the Madden numbers. That's the Madden numbers.
Kerry just trying to keep it real.
To bring it full circle, 6,000 yards?
That's tough. That's tough, right
That's
tough.
6,000 yards.
We're throwing for 6,000 yards. The Hawks are going to be Ronnie James and
LeBron.
I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah,
6,000. We might score 35 points a game, right?
No, Mark said 6 bands. Mark said
6,000 yards means we're behind. 6,000 yards doesn't mean
we're behind.
What do you say, Steve?
It does.
What you said?
6,000 yards means we're behind. You're not going to throw that many yards.
Yeah, playing from behind.
Playing stab pat.
When you have 2 running backs like Bijan and Tyler Algier, and no, you're not going to be throwing for 6,000 yards. Now, I would be happy if Drake can break 1K. If Mooney could give me 800 and Kyle Pitts can give me 750 to 800 and 10 touchdowns in the red zone.
Done.
Make me happy. But also, let's go back to what Uncle Steve said. You don't have to have a team that has a top 10 defense or 42 sacks or 50 sacks. Just win the game. Get off the field. Man. If Kurt is giving you that 10-point lead, or like Philip Sapp from DFU says, if you're winning 35-10, there should not be 33-35 in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left to go. You win the game. Yeah. You put the game away. I'm tired of those blood pressure. Those. Oh my God, Falcon fan, 2 minutes left to go. I can't sit down. I'm tired of those games. I want to win the game, knowing that in the fourth quarter, with 7 minutes left to go, the game is over.
The biggest thing with the 2016 team is they control the clock.
Yes,
and that's exactly how they won a lot of their games.
Yeah, and you knew that Seattle game. You knew that Packer game going into the second half. The game was over. You knew that Packer game in the NFC Championship. Most of us, I was booking my hotel after that third touchdown and that fourth touchdown in the third quarter. I was calling Houston. How much for the hotel? Okay, go ahead and reserve.
We were going to the Super Bowl when we beat Seattle. Like I wasn't even. That from game 11 of that year, we murdered teams. But 2016.
You say Seattle?
We beat Seattle in the divisional playoff game.
I knew once we beat Seattle in the playoffs. I didn't even worry about Green Bay, is what I'm saying.
You're talking about a regular season.
No.
Yeah, we beat Seattle first, and we beat Green Bay. Yeah,
right.
But guys, I'm gonna ask you to put your money where your mouth is. So here, right now, I'm gonna say the Falcons are 12-5. What say all of y'all?
I got
more than
11 and
10 wins.
6.
I have more than 10
I got
wins.
11 and 6. That's where I'm at.
Remember, that was my prediction, 12-5, when the schedule came out.
All right.
That is my prediction.
All right.
So
All right.
I'm still
Okay.
standing on that.
Well, finally, y'all agree
I
on
said
something.
13-4.
Sheesh.
Yeah. We know it. No.
And we're all
Terry
going out
and I
for drinks in
always
Tampa too as well.
We
We're all
agree
going
on
out
a
for drinks.
lot.
Don't worry.
Terry connection is real. Like, you
It
should have
really
saw
is. Hey, go back and check that draft show. You'd be surprised what we agree on.
They had a full 15-minute segment talking about Michael Penix not getting drafted.
Oh my God. That's where, hey, that's, you know what, Jack, I'm going to say pause before I say it. That's where Big Penix energy was born, that draft
Okay,
show.
you know what? I'm blowing the whistle. 10-yard penalty on Terry.
Thank you. Thank you. Blow the whistle.
Matter of fact, 15-yard penalty on Terry.
Yeah.
I got to hit up
BPE. We told you about BPE here on the One Time for the Fan channel. You say BPE. Carrie can say it. Carrie can say it.
My bad.
But we can.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What jersey is that?
That's Penix.
Oh, that looks like
Penix.
you showing that
That's a Ritter jersey.
showing off now?
Ritter jersey.
That's a
That's
Ritter
showing
jersey.
off.
That's Penix. That's
That's
my
a Ritter
Penix.
jersey.
Watch it say Uncle Steve.
That's a
on
Ritter
it.
jersey.
Watch it say Uncle Steve on
Let me
it.
see the back. I got to confirm.
Right.
Oh, I forgot. That's
I
what
don't believe it.
Country. I forgot. That's what they give you when you sit in the terrace. I forgot.
Hey.
That's what they
There
give you.
you go. There you go.
Or as Dixon would say, Ritter.
Mm.
No.
Hey, big shout out to everybody over there with the Falcons too as well. I was talking to somebody named Cole. I know you guys might know Cole, but Cole mentioned, hey, don't you know Steve or Country? Well, you know what? Why don't you get with them this year if you want to go to a game? I'm like, no, Cole, I'm good. I ain't got to get with them if I got to go to a game. I'm good, Cole. But that's an inside joke between me, Country, and Steve. I know Cole from over there at the
Southside Cole,
stadium
man.
too.
Cole,
So
good
big
people.
shout out to Cole, man.
Southside of Cole, man.
Can I just say that I was digging the Pelicans fan in the chat because they put some hearts and roses for me, and now they're saying something about we're going 3-14. So yeah, nah.
He's just trying to be on your good side.
Tell him they gotta keep
He better worry about Dennis Allen. That's what he better worry about.
Sheesh.
His
Yeah,
focus
they gotta
was
keep
off
that.
there, Carrie.
Dennis
I
Allen
think he's
coach, he can
projecting
make
the
a cup of
Saints
coffee.
record. I think he's projecting the Saints record for next year. I think he got it.
Probably so.
Looks so.
Probably so.
Okay, for the past, like, can we get an I love this, man? Like, is there?
Who?
I love it.
From Carrie?
One more
Carrie?
time.
Wait, we're going around the panel? Is this like a panel question? Or is it like what we doing?
No. Okay. We just
flip a
wanted
coin?
the I love Desmond
Did that come
sound
on?
bite from Uncle Steve.
Could
Hey, we
could
can
y'all
barely
hear
hear
it?
it. Yeah, we can barely hear it.
Oh,
I love that.
There it is. There it is.
who's that?
It's been such a long time. That's a sound bite.
I was going to retire it.
Nah, you can't retire that.
It's too many people for it now.
That lives
I was going to send it out in Arizona.
Maybe we'll get another Desmond on the team. You'll be straight.
Oh wow!
I love this. I mean, that's the only thing we can say all year last year.
Don't do the beige bandit like that. Come on, guys.
That's the only thing we can say. Let me tell y'all something. Last year, me and Jack, we partied in London. We watched the Georgia Bulldogs game. We had such a great experience in London. I've never seen my friend so stone-faced until I seen him at halftime at that London game. And Jack walked up to me. Jack said, "It's time, Bo." Jack said, "Look, Bo, I tried. I can't do it. I don't love this."
The same time of trying to organize a team photo of over 400 Falcon fans as well. And I'm talking to Country like, this is it, bro. Nah, this is it. Can everybody get together, please? We get ready to take this picture. I told you I'm done. With this. Oh, can you tall people in the back, please? Tall people in the back. Get them out of here.
Oh my goodness!
Go ahead, up.
I said that man threw 2 passes and changed the trajectory of the team.
He really did.
No, 2
Bruh,
plays, 2
even-
back-to-back throws, and
Bro,
changed.
even for that last game of the season, like we went to halftime at the Falcons Saints game, and we knew the Bucs were going to beat the Panthers because I was looking at the score back and forth, and I'm like, "There's no way possible." it looked like the Panthers don't even want to come back. It was like 9-0. They were kicking field goals. I think Bryce Young had like 10 yards in like 2 quarters. I was like, there's no way the Panthers going to win this game. So I'm thinking about it like, okay, bet. We're hyped up in New Orleans. Everybody's, we're taking the photos, halftime. We go back to our seats. I'm like, bet. We're going to win this game. I don't even care no more. Interception. I said, Jesus Christ. You got to be kidding me. Go back out there again. Interception. I said, you know what?
I love that.
And then you know me, I'm popping big shit in New Orleans. We in New Orleans. Anytime we score or do something, I'm turning around. I'm talking shit to hella fans. So of course, after the interception, what they doing? They calling me. I see somebody grabbing my jersey. Hey, bro. Hey, Atlanta, bro. Man, I can't believe you just did that again and again. Arizona game when the Cardinal fan walked up to me at the end of the game and shook my hand. He said, "All you guys need is a quarterback." I said, "Man, you 2-19. Get your ass about my face." Talking about all we need is a quarterback. Tired of these moments, man. But now we got one. We got 2.
Now we got 2.
We got 3. Got this guy named Jack Spade too. He's QB3. Okay.
Hey man, if it wasn't for Ritter, we wouldn't have Kirk. You got to look at it as half full.
We don't have to look at it like that.
Horrible.
No. I sat here and watched you navigate through that 2016 comparison. I'm not giving you that one. Not at all.
Yeah. Wow. I'm not gonna stop you there.
Atlanta hometown, ATL hometown Atlanta Falcons said, "Put me in, coach." Y'all get to see J-Face and good ATL stuff. Hey, Smitty, 10,000 plus ATL hometown Atlanta Falcons is in the chat. Hey, chat is live and chat is lit. Like these comments keep rolling in. Country, I don't know how you do it, Steve, Smitty. I don't know how I do with all these comments. Like I get over 200, 300, 400, 500 comments, and people throwing super chats, and this is great, man. Being on the channel talking Falcons football with you all. We're getting ready to close it out at the midnight hour. This is great. This is great, man. Anybody want to throw the pads on and go out there and run some drills? I mean, we got a couple minutes left. I mean, any quarterbacks here in the chat? Smitty, can you throw a 80 on the run like your boy? Or
I probably could.
Okay.
But I'm like Dan Marino at this point. I got a bum knee on the right side, so I got to wear that. Yeah, so I can step into the throw, but anything other than that, I'm not running.
Country's over there listening like, well, that's 2 guys that
so
can
run. I'm gonna need Uncle Steve to block the blind side. I'm gonna need Big Low to block the right side.
First of all, I'm not a blocker. I'm a skill.
Yeah, you're a blocker. You're a blocker.
I'm a skill guy.
You trying to put me in a box? I might be the running back.
I'm a skill guy. As a matter of fact, like don't make me put on a hanging earring. If I put on a hanging earring, it's really
then you gonna play baseball.
It's GG's whenever I put on hanging earrings. It cut my 40 like 10 seconds.
GG's in the chat.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, hanging earrings.
Yeah, it put your 40 up there, but I'm telling you ain't gonna be able to run. You ain't gonna be able to run from that lightning after strike your ass.
Bijan has the double hanging earring, right? The cross.
Yeah.
But to Terry, to go off your point about if it wasn't for Ritter, we wouldn't have Kirk Cousins. The Dixon Way brought up a great point in the chat. He said that if it wasn't for Ritter, we wouldn't have Michael Penix Jr. So I kind of like that.
There you go. There you go.
It's good to have the Dixon Way in the chat to back you up on
some shout out to Larry, man.
Topics too. Big shout
out. Make sure y'all subscribe to Larry at the Dixon Way. Great content. Hope that y'all made it back safely from Hollywood. I seen y'all was stuck in the flood. Much love to Dixon Way and the whole family, man.
Yeah, crazy down there.
Okay.
But I will tell you, it's like I know Raheem Morris said that. He was like, the quarterback play wouldn't have been as bad. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. First of all, like we don't even need to go down that road because it's one of them situations where like Archie Smith was Archie Smith. It didn't matter.
With or without the mustache.
With or without the mustache. It's like Coach Ronnie made a great point because we were talking about like people who aren't good with money. They make the excuse saying, "Oh, I just need more money, and I'll be good with money." She was like, "That's the same thing Archie Smith said." Because Archie Smith's like, "Oh, I just need more talent." He got more talent than what he do with it. Said that the starting running back had a headache and didn't play him the whole game.
Oh, I'm so happy. Look at the chat.
We have a Superman chat. Here it goes. Hold on. Who does it? Because Steve is here. He got the soundbite. Smitty,
Thank
Country.
you.
Who does who wants to crank it
Country
up?
do that. Country
Well,
got it.
look. So this is the only one that we got tonight. So they're gonna feel all of us, baby. Atlanta Falcons fan, damn it, says this was an epic show. With a great cast, great at chat, great comments, just a great Falcon time. Da da da. That's a Superman chat. Uncle Steve, if you could you bless us with, one of your many.
Carrie, T will get ready.
The Falcons creeping, gonna find ya. We can't just sleeping, stay woke. The Falcons creeping.
Wait for it.
Now don't you know ya?
Y'all don't.
Sounds like a drunk cat. Like it sounds like a car that's dying. It sounds like a timing belt that's on its last leg. Like it sounds.
You more jealous than Angel Reese. You need to stop.
No joke. I used to let the mic smoke.
Downtown.
Wow.
From way downtown, Uncle Steve.
Oh man!
Give him another pose, Uncle Steve. One more time. From way downtown. Woo! You gotta walk that out.
Hey, y'all see that?
Walk that out.
Y'all see that new commercial? It goes, "Do you have hate in your heart? Hate on your friend to make good points? Try, get it out."
I gotta see that
commercial. Side effects include bad singing, jealousy of lead singers,
I got a headache.
and great Superman chat sound bites.
Oh, we have another Superman chat.
Hold on. He says, just to hear another Uncle Steve soundboard effect.
He threw $5 just to hear another soundboard effect. Yo, Terry Carey, Carey, we're going back to the drawing board after this. Now we're doing our
$5 for that. Boy, you might have hit one of them.
I give them what they want, man.
Gonna be here for long.
It's a different song. Turn it up, y'all. Turn it up.
A super chat. Girl, you got me twisted over there. Uncle Steve will be right now, baby.
You know how you put it.
Uncle Steve, I barely can breathe over here, and you killing me over here.
Oh my God.
What in the world?
This is what I needed on Monday night.
She's wet. Like what?
This is what I needed on Monday night. Keith Sweat over there in the chat, like, wait, hold on. Was that my damn song in the background?
Now they know I'm a Falcons fan.
I got a lot of free time on my hands for chat.
Over there texting like, nah, brother, don't even think about it. That's my song. Don't feel me that check, bro.
See Uncle Steve, Uncle Steve doing the old school R&B dance during the video. Baby, I know.
Hey, man.
Uncle Steve got that white hat and everything. He got that white brim and everything.
But I gotta be strong, girl. You're mad. Yo, that was the jam.
Gotta give them what they want, Jack. Gotta give them what they want.
Wait a minute. Now, y'all know Jack said that he ain't gonna do no R&B, but I be doggone jacking up his.
Well, we're on Country's channel today. We're
doing
the pop-up podcast.
It's streaming on
but on Wednesday night, we're back to Strictly Falcons.
Okay. I hear you now.
And House of the Dragon, too. We got to talk House of the Dragon recap. Don't forget about that.
Oh, man. Mark, he says, drop the mixtape on. ATL, hometown, says, Uncle Steve be fighting, man.
Hey, man.
Shouts out about whatever. Much love to you, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Look at here, man. Y'all, I can sit here and chill out with y'all all night tonight, man. But I know that y'all need to get on off. Smitty, tell everybody where they can find you at, bro.
Find me on YouTube, man. Smitty Sports Machine. At Fatboy Slim on Twitter, at fatboyslim_21. Let's get it right, because Deion Sanders at the end of that handle. So, yeah, I'm on Twitter, man. I'm just always blowing it up, sharing content, and dropping videos, man, because that's what I do.
Definitely. Oh, you want to let everybody know where they can find you?
We're just ordinary QBs.
I'm Uncle Steve, and I'm at Uncle Steve's Lounge. You want to chat me out on Mondays for the Monday Minutia, and sometimes on Friday for the Friday brunch.
Oh my goodness.
I'm your host. Check me out. Sometimes I'll be with.
That sounds
Yeah,
like
boy,
someone.
you dropped that tune there. Ooh, boy, you went sideways quick.
It's still
Thank
going.
you, Jack. Thank you, Terry.
Still going.
And thank you, Carrie, for sharing the stage.
Is it gonna hit the high note? Oh my God.
There it was. You heard it. Play that again.
It's the Quiet Storm.
Say it again. What in the world?
You gonna let One Time for the Fan follow that? You gonna really let One Time for the Fan follow that? Honestly, once Steve leaves, his whole crew's leaving with him. All right, y'all, it's time to go.
Yeah, guys.
Pull the plug out the wall.
Yeah, I like that outro. It's time to go, y'all. Let's roll. Oh man.
Oh
I
man.
tell you, man, this is great talking Falcons football. T. Will, I mean, it's tough to follow up behind Uncle Steve.
How the hell do you follow that, man? I mean, geez. Hey, man, you guys know I'm with One Time for the Fan. I also started my humble podcast. So I am at Terry Wilson for my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. The ATL in that is capitalized. Again, that is at Terry Wilson for my ATL 1 on YouTube. So
Y'all make sure y'all check T Will out, man. Great show. I went and I listened to the show the other day while I was working. Great content, Terry. I definitely enjoyed it. Please keep on doing what you're doing, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Miss Carrie, baby.
You got the croissant.
Well,
I've been waiting all time for you to say that.
You took it back without care. You got it without care.
Was that 2023 Big Low Country Sports, or was that early January? That's 2023. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people might not know that story, but yeah, you know, my friend, you know, his girlfriend kept ordering croissants at Cheddar's. Because he liked the way that the French guy was saying croissants. Like, hey, can we get some more of those? What are those things? Like, you want more croissants? Yeah. Can we get some more? I think it got to the point she started putting them in her bags. Like, hey, can we get some more of those? Oh, you want more croissants? Yeah, so
God,
Carrie, you pissed.
Hang out with y'all, I get put out the restaurant.
Right.
Oh my God!
You want everybody know you at Carrie.
Okay, so lately I've been on One Time for the Fan with Jack and Terry. Usually always Wednesday nights tonight. Maybe sometimes on Sundays. And I'm also on Twitter. My name, Carrie Lynn XOX. So that's me.
Definitely. Jack, what's
up,
the
man?
world?
Hey, this is
let
great.
everybody know where they can find you, man.
Always, man. Big shout out to Berto. I mean, what Berto? Big shout out to Uncle. Big shout out to Berto.
Shout out to Berto.
Big shout out to Berto too as well. Yeah.
Shout out to Berto Damas.
Much love, Berto.
You see, Berto, that's how much we look forward to talking to you here on the channel. When you're not here, we still got to give you shout outs. Big shout out to Uncle Steve. Big shout out to Smitty, Terry, Carrie from One Time for the Fan. Every Sunday, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Then we have our Friday morning podcast, Breakfast with One Time for the Fan, around like 9, 10 a.m. And we have some pop-up shows every now and then. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers, the big Thou Wow. So thank you for everybody who's been supporting One Time for the Fan. If you're new here to the channel, if you're the first time watching us here, head on over to YouTube, hit subscribe on One Time for the Fan, Facebook, One Time for the Fan. Just Google One Time for the Fan. Also, the Rise Up Tour fan club. Big shout out to Thomas Scott. Big shout out to the whole crew. You know what we do on the road for the Falcon fans when it goes to these parties and these events. So if you're heading out on the road to Philly this year, we're going to be posting some information about that shortly for our meet and greet. And of course, Tampa, we have the bus trip. Carolina, we have a bus trip. Host hotels, things that we do on the road. But we put on these major events for Falcon fans wherever you travel. Country, you mentioned it last year in London. Of course, Tennessee, Arizona. We've been doing this for about 7 years now. So please hit that like, share, and subscribe button for everybody here on the channel. You see Uncle Steve already repping. He's ready. He's ready for 2 years from now. So it's big. It's big for Falcon fans when you have two good quarterbacks in the room. So yeah, One Time for the Fan. I'm Jack Spade. Wednesday night, 8 p.m. is the next podcast. Country, thank you so much for having us on here tonight.
Hey, man. Country, can I say one thing?
Of course.
This has been the most fun, guys. You guys, dude, every time I see you guys, every time Smitty, it's something about y'all together, man. When Country and Uncle Steve,
I tried to tell them that, Terry.
Y'all, bro, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I got a headache.
Did they come fix the AC? I remember you told me they didn't come fix the AC.
Did, bro. I got to work another 2 hours. Y'all done messed me up, man. I mean, I'm just.
Well, good for you. I'm screaming in a couple minutes too, as well. So you get to watch some.
All them screens behind you should make up enough time.
Right. And traffic is still good. No, but guys,
you look like you planning an extra CSI cyber or something.
Yeah.
T Will that person that's on what is it? Criminal Minds. You remember?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Turns around the chair.
Yeah.
I know where he is. We find him right here.
That's me.
Slides over to the screen. I'm still waiting for that day CBS News says, and we're taking out the evidence of the computer from Terry's house.
Hey, T Will.
Terry's house?
Here it is. Hey, T Will, we need his address. I got it. I'm right on it.
Here we go. Well, hold on. Remember that guy from Bad Boys? Who you talking? John? Who was that? John?
That was
John Sally?
Yeah.
Who you talking to, man? Who you talking to?
Oh my God! No,
hey Mike, can you teach me how to shoot people?
I just love you guys, man. I love your energy. Every time. Number one, every time I'm on a show with you, I have the best time. Like this was hilarious. I probably lost 5 pounds, and I needed to from laughing. So, guys, thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Hey, man, that's the best part, laughing. That's what it was.
Hey, man, I having a good time, man.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Really do. Yes.
And this was random too as well. Country, I didn't know if I was gonna do the pop-up podcast with the work today, and Country hit me up like, "You want to go live?" Like, what about this time? He said, "Nah, I can't do it." What about this time? Nah, I can't do it. What about this time? All right, I'll do it. So it was good that we got a chance to meet up and talk Falcons football. Steve, man, I think last time I saw you was I don't know if it was London. Was it London?
It was at the Carolina massacre.
The Carolina. Oh God, not the interception. What was called the interception?
That was like when all the merch was just quiet. I remember that. Like after
and the lady came over there and she gave the check quietly. She was like,
like slid into us. Everybody was like,
if you guys want to pay now, we're gonna head and start closing. Once you guys leave, we can close.
Everybody looked around at each other like that was so sad, man. So sad.
Oh man, this is great.
Man, look, for everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Kuntry. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that loves to sit around and talk about sports. Thank each and every one of y'all for coming on and chopping it up with old country boy. You know, we always have a great time. You know, and we should get together and do this more often. You know, just start talking and let the conversation take us where it may. T. Will, you had the thought of the night tonight, Bo. The words a little boosty. You set it off tonight, boy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Hey, Terry, I got your back, dog.
10K got your back, you good. 10K got your back, you good. It's like Game of Thrones right here. It's like Team Green versus Team Black going on right now.
There you go.
The Tigerians versus the Lannisters right now.
Versus the Lannisters. Hey man, look, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Once again, y'all, the coaching staff, all of the one-timers, everyone else that came in. thank y'all so much for all of the great comments. Y'all are the fuel for the show. Yeah, I don't know if y'all realize this. Y'all kind of determine the direction that the show goes in. So thank you for helping us, have an even better time with the show with all of your great comments. Make sure that you hit that like button. If you hit that like button for me, I promise you I will dance at your wedding one day.
Keep it positive. Keep
Definitely.
it positive.
You might want to offer something else.
Bodie did send me the invoice to give to you because you didn't show up for the wedding the other day when he subscribed to the show. So he wants to know: are you going to still dance at his next wedding? Or
I dance at the
should they redo the wedding?
Anniversary? I'm sure they'll do anniversary sometime or another. 10 years, Lord, when the creek don't rise, I'll be there.
Hey, big shout out to Shady too. Gotta give a big shout out to Shady, man.
Shout out to Shady, man. I was trying to avoid this because Jack is on the panel, but we were in Florida on Saturday and Sunday.
I saw the pictures.
Okay, all right, yeah.
He didn't look too happy though. He didn't look too happy. Not like that Georgia picture I see. Boy, ready, boy. But hey,
I ain't saying nothing.
I know. There's people that probably watch. Big shout out to everybody.
But I do want to let y'all know. Guess who I met? Who's on the coaching staff? Mike Peterson, D Block. I met Mike Peterson,
linebacker.
Didn't recognize him. Cut all the hair off.
Wow.
Didn't recognize him. He seen my Falcon shirt. He was like, "Hey man, I used to play for the Falcons." I like yeah, Mike Peterson. I like, man, reach down there and get you a cold drink.
Jeez.
But yeah, man, definitely. Look, thank y'all, everybody, for coming on, everybody for watching. Like I said, you hit that like button, I promise you we'll dance at your wedding day. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family, whether it's Smitty, 10K, Uncle Steve, One Time for the Fan, T Will. Make sure that you share the channel. Also, make sure that you go follow Kerry on on Twitter.
Atlanta Falcon Fandemic as well, man. He started the channel, Mr. Emmanuel. He's doing his thing on YouTube as well.
Nice. Definitely. Y'all already know what time it is. Please don't do anything that I would do.